you go. Welcome everybody. It's week 4 of a season of 10 weeks. 10 races, obviously. Welcome to FTR. It's Wednesday night. It's Premier Division. And yeah, we're going to have a look and see if anyone can catch Josh. Been having a good stint all by himself, although last week wasn't one of his best weeks. Yeah, to see if anyone can catch him in a championship, and I'll take you through the standings a little bit later. But before I get to that, with me in the comms box, I've got Zero to Cool, Hanku, my teammate.
Yeah, Aston.
Hanku will be your cameraman tonight and everything in between. I'll be a pit lane jockey or something, just having a look at all the drivers and chatting a bit with Hanku. So, but yeah, welcome to week 4. This is Hungary. No, we're not Hungary. Well, we are. I know Hanku's just had a steak, so, but welcome to Hungary. Last week it was Spain, and the week before that was Silverstone. So, yeah, and then before that was Austria. So, a couple of cool tracks. We had one sprint race this season, which was the Austrian Grand Prix race 1. And our next one, if I'm not mistaken, on the calendar will be... I don't know. It will be Spa. Next week.
Yeah, Spa.
Yeah, Spa next week will be another sprint for us. So yay for us. We've had one race also that was dynamic weather. Remember, we've got 4 races dynamic weather. So we had that in Silverstone. I think the next up one for us will be Canada. It's either Canada or Australia. I'm not sure which one comes first. So and then yeah. But a couple of guys on outlaps. I'm going to hand over to Hanku just now. But a couple of guys on outlaps. Shane, Saber, Imi. And we've got a new driver tonight. So Distinct Deaky. We're just going to call him Freaky Deaky. I think that's the coolest tune ever. My kids love that tune. For all the right reasons, obviously. So yeah, he's new in the Williams. And we've, so he's started teaming up with Torment. Permanent drivers in Williams. So we have full division. A couple of guys might join after load shedding, but in essence 16 drivers, and we will lose one.
Shane wanting to start a lap here, but he just went too wide out of the final corner, messing up on that final corner, about to start a lap. Next up on the track is a Mercedes though. Mercedes of, or was it a Williams or an Alpine?
Yeah,
of Cyber, sorry. Yeah.
Cyber, and just behind Cyber it is
an Aston Martin.
Martin, which is
Imi.
Our favorite car, yay for us.
So I'm going to follow Cyber around here. He's the first man on track to set a lap.
Yeah, it was Imi who won last week, if I'm not mistaken, Hanku, in Spain.
Sure, you're asking questions here. I haven't done my homework tonight.
I think it was Imi last week.
Check Imi, yes, and Cyber that we're following now in second. Cyber also invalidating his lap here.
Look, a good race from Cyber last week, so a mega race from him.
And Wezo.
And Wezo, yeah, Wezo getting onto the podium. So that was great. Josh not having the best of races, but still leading the World Championship, which I'll take you through a little bit later. I'm just going to pop into YouTube and just make sure everything is fine.
I have, and it is. While you were talking away, I've already done all your research for you.
Oh, well done. Is anyone joining us on YouTube, or are we just loading smart?
We currently 5 viewers at the moment. No comments yet, so thank you for that. Not giving us anything to talk about while people are on a lap here.
Well
Imi running into some traffic here with our new driver, Dean Fergie, in front of him.
Alright, so let's keep an eye out on Dean. I mean, if we can get on board with Dean a bit, I think that will be cool. So I'm on board currently with him.
As soon as Imi sets his lap.
First lap. First lap there for Freaky Deaky. It's a 1:22.661. So a good first lap there by Distinct Deaky, and he just gets spipped by Dean with a 1:17. And don't expect too much in lap times. We're only going to lose one driver. So, yeah.
People might take it very easy.
Yeah.
Also to add...
big moment, sorry Hanku, for Distinct Deaky. He went for another lap. I think the first lap was really no ERS. It was just heating the tires. But that didn't work out so well for him, because he invalidated his lap into turn 3. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely not the... What you want to see. Ooh, and that rear end is quite loose on Distinct Deaky there. Also, Distinct Deaky also didn't know about the race tonight. It was a last-minute call, so he might be very fresh for this track and haven't practiced really much yet. So you might see him come up throughout the season, hopefully climbing the ranks.
Yeah, I think it's a very tough as Shane goes fast in the 116.5. That's more like it. I think we've got a very fast Premier Division. I think a couple of guys still getting used to the game. It is the first season of the new F123 game. So expect the guys to find their feet, I think, mid-season around about round 5, 6. Although, Hanku, it's not a... I want to say this, but the first half of the season is not really difficult tracks. I think everyone should be fast. Spain probably a bit technical. Hungary we know can be slightly technical, but not the worst of tracks. Spa everyone is fast. Austria same thing. Silverstone same thing. So I think the first half of the season wasn't too bad. I think it's when we get to the back end, when we get to Miami, Australia, all those ones, then that's going to be difficult.
The fun tracks to wait for us still further out in the season. This thing DQ also again invalidating his lap. I'm going to follow around Zardi here. Zardi in our parent team, I would say, in the Aston Martin.
Yeah, he needs a good result. So we're going to talk teammates a little bit later, maybe during the race. Ooh, don't run wide. Good job there by Zardi.
Purple 2
for him. Yeah, so let's see if he can hook this nicely up. Remember, the track is still green. This is the first running, so track will still be green. You don't expect the guys to do rapid lap times here, because it's very easy to lose the car around Hungary.
And it's all about that minimum speed around all these fast sweeping corners.
Yeah, absolutely. 1:16.7. Lost a bit of time in sector 3, I think.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, that's provisional third for him. Everyone in the pits, I see Gatua Levy is out on a lap if you want to follow him around.
Yep. Just need to find his name. There we go, around corner 1 here. Very difficult traction zone around corner 1 now, and with the DRS zone so close up to the corner, do you open up the flap instantly, or do you just wait for the traction and then only open it up?
I will be turning the wrong way.
Yep. Purple sector 1 for Gatua Levy here.
Yeah, weird 7th gear turn there for him. I would have expected him to go into 6 on the uphill left-hander.
I take it down to 5 and then short shift back into 6 for the exit.
Yeah, but that's why we're not in Premier Division. We shift too much.
Yeah,
also,
I need to...
let's see if he goes flat out here in 6. He does 7th, get us the throttle slightly. So it's purple sector 2 though. So this looks good. I think there's plenty of time to find 4th gear there for him, which I would think is normally a 3rd gear. But hey, don't ask us, we're not the experts.
Yeah, no, we div too.
No.
These guys know what they're doing.
Yeah, they're not like us.
And it's a 16.5, putting him in second.
Yeah. I think a bit of time lost on that right-hander there, going in through there. 7th, I thought he would have gone 6th. But that's good enough for second, so you can take a nice chill pull there.
Yep.
Yeah, let's just see who's in trouble at the moment. Cyber is in a bit of a... Look, there's a lot of guys who hasn't put up a lap yet. There's 9 minutes left, so there's still plenty of time to put up a lap time. So
definitely.
Should be fine.
I'm going to follow around Bob here. Yeah, he's about to come out the last corner here. Bob in the Mercedes, normally a very quick driver. Josh also hasn't set a lap yet, still sitting in the pits. Probably just waiting for... Oh, he's coming out of the pits as we're speaking. Passing his teammate
so we've
there.
got a bit of an issue here. Shane's power has just gone off, and it's not load shedding by him, so he's trying to understand what's happening with his power. So Shane currently on provisional first position. He will go through to Q2, and hopefully in between this and maybe 5 minutes to go in Q2 he can sort his power out, but at the moment yeah, he's in a bit of trouble, unfortunately.
Bob looking like he's not leaving anything left on this table and pushing us to the maximum through these second sector here. I think we might get a great time out of him tonight.
Yeah, there is a car in front of him. I'm not sure how much downforce he's going to lose through this sector, because you don't really want to be close to a car. Or yeah, he definitely lost some traction there.
Still a purple too.
Purple too. But definitely lost a bit of front end. I think it was behind the Alpine there.
And it's also a very difficult track to choose your wings on. Do you want the stability throughout the lap, or do you want the downforce for the straight? To just carry you past every single person, be a rocket. Bob going up into 6th with a 17 flat. I expected a little more from him.
Yeah, I think he lost a bit of time losing front end, just behind the Alpine. That just looked a bit messy in Sector 3 for him.
I'm going to follow his teammate around. His teammate is about to start, or did just started the lap around turn 1.
Yeah.
Super D setting the fastest time at 16.4.
There we go. Jaco also starting a lap, so I'll stick with Jaco a bit and see how he goes about his lap in the AlphaTauri.
Josh Purple 1 with a 27.4. Josh a bit squealy around in Sector 2 here, and that's the one thing about this track as well. You lose your momentum for any corner, and it just messes up every single corner after that, and it's difficult to get that momentum up.
Sequence of corners. If you get your entry wrong in this twisty side of the track, then you're gonna lose a heap of time, unfortunately.
But nonetheless, let's see what he can do.
Getting some traffic on the end of his lap. He's got an Aston Martin in front of him. I think one of the cars got nicely out of his way. Shouldn't be affecting by the Aston Martin. Might just get a nice slip down the straight, but checkered flag is quite close, and the Aston goes into the pit. So we'll see where this brings Jaco. Currently he is in the drop zone with Panda. Boinkies is safe for the moment, and Jaco just places. There we go. He puts Boinkies into 16, so Boinkies in a bit of trouble here, as well as Panda. But both of them are on outlaps. I don't think a 117. I would really think we'll see what Will Viking and them does, but I think to be safe to say 17.6, 17.5 will probably get you through, more or less on Tormund space. Excuse me, Tormund space. Yep.
I'm on board with Panda. Panda just started the lap. Also in the comments, Jason saying this is Morsig. Hello, bringing back.
I tell you what, so Jason, J Boy is leading Division 2 at the moment. I tell you what, he's been. He didn't have the best of. I think he had a pretty good Austria start to the sprint. Didn't have the best of races in the main race, but then since Austria, he's basically won Silverstone. He's pardon me, what was after? Yeah, so he's basically won Silverstone. He's won Spain. So he's currently leading the World Championship. So he's in a very good frame of mind at the moment, and everyone's trying to play catch up with J Boy at the moment. So yeah, he's in good form at the moment in Division 2. Right, Panda purple sector 2, but it seems like you can spot the guys easily who's got more downforce in sector 2. They just get a really good twisty section.
Definitely.
Remember also that we allow all the assists. So it might play a slight bit of a role, and he goes third. There we go, 16.5. Good lap.
I'm going to follow his teammate around, Boinkies. Boinkies currently in the drop zone, still busy setting a lap. He is going quicker. And then while he's on a lap, I just also want to mention Nick Gishan coming into the comments saying he's sitting on a beach with all these sandbags in Q1. Dirk's saying, Jason, we're coming for you. Yep, definitely. I think the whole of Div 2 wants to get Jason.
Yeah, you know what? He's got such good pace at the moment. And I think as a team, if I want to really be in Christian Horner tonight, then I would blame the safety car for last week's performance for the Aston Martins, because we really had things under control, I think, in first and second. We were playing a nice team game, and that was fun.
Yeah.
But safety car didn't help us much, and then obviously the lobby glitch didn't help either. But yeah, J-Boy is on good form at the moment, and yeah, I think the whole pack is chasing at the moment. Dixie Killer. I can't remember everyone's names. It's quite tired. So, but yeah, the whole pack is chasing him. So at the moment, our newcomer, Distinct Diki, I'll follow him around as Josh goes fastest with a 1:16.1, almost into the 1:15s.
I'm following around Imi here, the other driver in the drop zone at the moment. He's about to start
race winner from last week, so he needs to get on with it. He needs
not a pretty position,
probably.
Yeah,
4/10s probably that he needs. To get himself, I would say, safe-ish.
Yep. Also, Dean Fergie and Royal Viking also on outlaps, trying to make sure they're also safe.
The pressure's on. This is probably going to be a pressure lap for him. I don't think he's going to have enough time to have a cool down, and another one runs a bit wide. It's going to cost him a tenth maybe.
He's up by
We'll
3.
see how he, yeah, there we go. And that was a very good sector there by him. Hugs it on the inside. Mercedes getting nicely out of the way. He's got a McLaren in front of him, so hopefully that gets out of the way quickly for him. This looks good by Emmy. This really looks like a humdinger lap if you could just keep it together.
And Aston Martin really looks like it's sticking to the ground.
Yeah, he's a lot of gear shifts for him, so it's almost like he's not really 3 tenths up. So they didn't gain much in that. In fact, it was actually, if I look at it,
it's about a 4/10 gain. Yeah, it's about a 4/10 gain in total. So almost gaining a 10th in sector 2, not much. Let's see how much time he can make up in this final sector coming around the last corner. And it's a 17.2, increasing by another 2 tenths in sector 2.
That's going to cut it close. Let's see where Dean Ferg is at the moment.
Dean
I'll tell you if he's up or down. Maybe you can have a look at Royal Viking.
Yep.
Yeah, so Dean is 2 tenths up. That will take him to a 17.3 if he can keep the momentum. And that's going to put Imi under pressure, definitely.
Royal Viking only 2 tenths up coming out of sector 2. The last sector only being a couple of corners, but a lot of time to find in that last sector, I believe. Let's see, final corner goes a little bit wide out, keeping it close on the entry. Not a lot of power on the exit,
nice.
And not gaining a lot
Fergie, 5 tenths up, Honku. So yeah, he's on a roll. Yeah, if he can get those 5 tenths, as Diki goes 11th, that displaces Yaku, so he's out of qualifying. So let's see, Dean's definitely going to get through on this pace that he's got here. Definitely, I would say around about 11th, 10th. There we go, Dean Fergie.
Great lap
by him.
So we're losing.
Safe at the moment. I'm not sure what Roll is doing. Roll is 2 tenths up.
Ooh, will he kick Imi out? This is the good question. This is he only needs another 2 tenths, I think, on his time.
Imi has got another lap on him, so I'm going to stick with Imi, and I'll let you know while we watch Royal Vikings times. This is exciting Q1 for us.
So Imi just getting enough time to set up that extra lap for him, doing a cooldown and then just going for that last one. Hopefully his softs is still great to do so.
Big moment into turn 1, so I think this is probably going to be 2 tenths down and probably in sector 1, so I'm going to keep an eye out on him. I'm not sure what Royal Viking is doing on track, Kanku.
Royal Viking only a 10.5 up. Ooh, big snap on the second last corner coming out that bend. I don't think this is going to be a great...
for Imi, even with that mistake that he had, so he really put it down. Let's see if there's 2
Royal not increasing, says Imi is safe. Imi is safe. Royal Viking not improving.
So Imi can either back out of this, because you really don't want to push this and actually DNF. But let's see what Imi can do. He was a 10th up after that big snap that he had. This looks really good by Imi. My word, he's on rails. 4 tenths up. Hammer time. This looks good by Imi. Get in there, man.
Get in there, Lewis.
Oh, there we go. Come on, Imi. Just put a good... Come on, get into the 116s. Can really see he's pushing very hard. 16.8.
Nice
Imi, and that's on 2 lap old softs, actually 3 laps, so well done to Imi. So we are going to lose Royal Viking. Yeah, Shane's still without power, so not sure if he's going to take part in Q2, so that might play a role there.
And another great thing to see is a second in between basically 1st and 15th. It's not bad separation between drivers.
No, that's good. I think, like Nick said, a lot of beaches there. A lot of people sandbagging. So we might see a bit of a bigger gap.
Yep.
But yeah, let's have a look.
You want to run us through the...
Yeah, so it's Josh on top. Surprise, surprise, with Supity in 2nd, with Shane in 3rd, but not sure he's going to take part in the next session. Then you've got a good lap there, a good session by Panda, Bob, Zardi. And then Torment and Imi running up your top 10, and then further down Dean Fergie, good 11th for him, Arno in 12th, which expected him to be a little bit higher up. Our new driver, Distinct Diki, I'm going to start sending out invites now because I see a lot of people disconnecting, and then Cyber, Boinkies, and we've lost Yaku and Royal Viking, so yeah, 2 drivers lost.
I'm not sure who we lost. I'll keep my eye on the score.
That's all good. I'm gonna go back into the friends list because I'm not streaming, so I can do that for you. Waiting for the game to load and then we can kick off Q2.
So then, in the comment section, Shane saying Jason has been practicing Hungary for the last week. I believe he had 2 races in Hungary coming up this week.
Yeah, I don't want
last
to take
weekend.
nonsense then. If you can't win in Hungary after you've done 2 races in Hungary, then you're pretty shite. So, yeah, all the pressure's on you, J-Boy. All the pressure's on you, my man.
And then Dirkie's asking for race strats. This could be anything from a one-stop, medium hard, medium soft if you're really going to push the daylights out of your tires. And then soft, medium perhaps. I think we're going to have a good combination of different strategies, and it's all going to come down to the end of the race, see where everybody ends up after all the pitting. But also a safety car or a red flag can come out at any time and completely mess up any strategy at this track.
I think this is very difficult in Hungary. I think you can probably go for soft mediums if you really look well after your tires and safety cars. But yeah, once again, if you stay out on those old tires and people see the opportunity and they pit, overtaking, I would say with fresh tires, it's not going to be too difficult on this track. I think there's plenty of opportunity, yeah. But yeah, this is a track famous for safety cars. This is a track famous for DNFs.
But so is every other track, you know.
Yeah, but this is very a high downforce or a very high low downforce track, if you want to call it that way. And this can get a bit difficult if you don't get it right. And I almost want to go that this is not really a one lap track. If you do go for a quali setup, you're definitely going to battle in the race.
Yeah, I know your tires will overheat like there's no tomorrow.
But I think in general, I mean, like J-Boy, who's done now 2 or 3 races in Hungary, he should have a good idea of what works and what doesn't, depending on which league, obviously, he wants to win, and which one he is actually in a position of winning. So that league you saw kind of like favor and use the other leagues just as practice sessions, really. Yeah, well, that's what I used to do when I had more time on hand.
Yep. Yeah, the more you race, the more comfortable you get.
The more you race, the faster you get. The more you practice, the faster you get. So yeah, that goes along with time, and that's something that some of us just don't have at the moment, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Bob's currently on a lap.
I'm following Dean Fergie around. He's the first guy on track here to set a lap for us.
Yeah, so if you're new to this, we will lose 5 drivers in this session, so the top 10 will go through. And yeah, I definitely think a 1:16.9 is probably going to be the cutoff for 10s, depending on track evolution. We'll see what the first laps is.
Yeah, track evolution is a very big factor here as well, and but also not a very difficult track to heat up your tires. You can take a little slow lap around, and you'll be right there.
And you're sorted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a bit wide there by Bob, so I'm watching Bob. He's done a purple sector, but I don't want to set a time yet. But it does look good. But yeah, I think the cutoff time is probably going to be a 16.9, 16.8 for 10th. So let's see how far I am from that. Right, 17.1 for Dean Fergie. Don't think that will be enough to get him through, but that is a banker lap for him. As Bob also does over 17.1, so wow. I would have expected the guys to get into the 1:16s already. That's quite weird. But probably not the cleanest lap by Bob, so I might have got this wrong.
Very strange, and I'm checking tires, all saying 1 lap, so I'm not sure if they were using all tires here.
Yeah, there we go. Diki 16.8, that's more like it. So a lot of guys, yeah, Hunker, I think you're right. A lot of guys trying to save their softs for the race, so maybe aiming at a 2-stopper, maybe just want to have that extra set of softs. Brand new in the box, just in case there's a safety car with a couple of laps to go. Although you can probably get a good 10 laps out of these softs before they drop off dramatically. Depending on if you're behind someone, that can affect the tire temperatures, more wear. Nick, why don't we get on Nick for a change? and
I am on
follow
Nick.
him around. There
Nick
we
is
go.
just starting a lap, coming into turn 1. Still the trickiest turn 1, I think that's out there.
Really?
Yeah, especially on traction and going 3 wide. I think everybody but the middle guys got the worst of them all.
Very true. Very true. 16.5 by Cyber. He's currently on provisional pole. Purple sector by Nick Kishan. So this looks good from Nick. He's currently second in the World Championship, if I'm not mistaken. I'll check our championship standings right now.
Yeah, it's a very good champion contender we've got here. It's just got to put it together, practice a bit, and
yeah, epic race in
done.
Austria. I tell you what, one of the best races I've ever seen.
Yeah, I know, best race to commentate on. It just kept us talking the whole time. This seems to be a very quick lap. He might be in the low 16s here.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a brand new set of softs for Nick. Yeah, it is a new set of softs. So we'll see where this drops in. He's probably going to get about 3/10 on everyone if he keeps this nicely together, which he seems to do. And 16.1.
Almost in the 15s. I'm definitely thinking we're going to see a couple of 15s in Q3.
No, we'll definitely see 15s. So,
Super D coming in with a 16.3 just behind Nick here. Also another quick driver on one lap pace here.
So let's just pop into the standings here and just tell you who's who in the zoo. Alright.
Jason Enwick saying we're so soft, I'm not sure what he's talking about. I checked YouTube. Well, voices sound fine unless you mean the cars are a bit soft. It's because it's no more the V8s, remember?
True.
And then, did you see the Alice song for Hamilton? No, please enlighten me, or if you perhaps know.
What?
The Alice song for
I don't want
Hamilton.
to see anything that's got Lewis Hamilton in it. I watch enough Sky Sports. I've had enough of that. It's like English cricket. I've had enough of that. Anyway, Josh is leading the championship at the moment on 69 with Nick 9 points behind. He gained a lot of points last week. Bob currently in third with Arden in fourth. So it's a Red Bull and Mercedes domination so far with Boinkies in fifth. And then we've got Zardi, Emi and Saber very close to each other. So the midfield's getting very nice and tight to each other. And in terms of the constructor standing for Premier Division, it is Mercedes that leads the way. They're currently on 116. Red Bull on 104 and Aston Martin on 77. In a bit of a gap to the Alpha Tauris and the McLarens. So, yeah. Early season favourites, Mercedes, Red Bull and Aston.
Definitely, and it's not an unfamiliar sight to see that Red Bull and Mercedes fighting each other. From a couple of years back, we saw the same thing. And let's hope that Red Bull wins here as well. I'm always rooting for Red Bull.
Yeah, no, I like the car, but big Fernando Alonso fan, so I kind of like the Astons at the moment. So yeah, currently guys in trouble. Boinky's probably not safe on a 117.1, same as Stormont, he's in a drop zone. Sergeant Panther 17.5. Zari is on an outlap. Shane is not going to take part in quality 2 because of his power, unfortunately. And Josh is on a fly at the moment. Hungary, he's got a purple 1.
Now I am following him around at least. Gotta follow our championship leader here, I think, if I'm not mistaken. No, shit.
Yeah, you're right.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, so Josh leading from Nick, from Bob, from Arno, and then Emi. I think it's Yaku. Where's that? I don't remember now.
Purple 62.
This is going to be our first 15. Have a look.
I think it might be close, but this might be a 15. Keeping it
so
very intact. Get some people trying to join.
Be a 16 flat.
So close.
Well played,
so close.
Josh.
I think the second runs we might see a 15 pop out already.
Yeah, I don't think Josh will go out again. Nick's retired already. I don't think you're going to see him out. I don't think Super D should go out again. Cyber, I think everyone is safe up into the 116.8s, which is Emi currently in 8th. So depending on what the rest of the guys do, we're still waiting for Zardi to set a lap time. Shane is not
Zardi just doing a purple 2, so we might see a quick time from him here as well. I didn't see his sector 1 though.
Yeah, neither did I. So one driver is not going to make it through, which is Shane. So that's going to take some pressure off the drivers. So it's one less driver to worry about. And that's a 16.6. So yeah, I think that's good enough for Zadi. I don't think he should burn another set if he doesn't want to or doesn't have to. But yeah, Dean Fergie already on an outlap. He knows that's not good enough. He needs to get into the top 10. Distinct Deaky, he's probably going to have to go again, the same as Boinky, Stormont and Sergeant Panda.
Yep.
So we'll check that out.
I'm on Cyberjot here. He's starting a lap. Coming down the main straight. I still think it's a Colgate car, to be honest. The Alpines.
Which one is that?
The Alpines. Pink and blue. It just makes me think of Colgate.
It looks like a soap bar, like Dettol or something. Lifebuoy.
Lifebuoy.
Lifebuoy. Here we go. Take a knock. Anke, I'm just going to grab myself a cup of coffee. I'll be back.
Nope, not a problem. Cyberjot already going a 10th quicker here in Sector 1. They're really looking to improve quite a bit. Still a lot of time to find in the second two sectors. It's a very tricky set of corners. All depends on how much downforce he's running. Looking quite stable through these corners. Purple sector 2, 6/10 up. This might be a 15. If only Hein was here to see it with me. Let's see what he can do in this final sector. Definitely a new set of tires this time around. There we go. This looks incredibly fast. A 15.9, our first 15.9. He's just dipped into the 15s here. Right behind him, I think, is not Josh, it's Bob. Bob's on a lap. I would like to follow around the guys here at the back, I think, who just started a lap. Tormund, I think, just started a lap. Yep. Let's follow Tormund around. We haven't followed him today. He's in the drop zone. He's going to need at least about 5/10, I think, to be completely safe. 4/10, maybe. Josh setting a 15.987. So close to Cyberjot, only going 100th up almost. Tormund Kills only up by 1500s. Or 15,000, sorry. There's still a lot of time to catch up here in the second and third sector. Three tenths up. He just needs a little more in this last sector. Secure him that last space. See, final corner, little wide, keeping it tight on the exit again. Let's see how much he can do. 16.6, I think that is safe.
Yeah, that's a good lap time by him. That puts him in 7th, 6/10 behind Paul. So that was good stuff by him. Just want to see.
Panda's on a lap. I'm gonna follow Panda around.
Yeah,
Panda also in a drop zone.
I'm gonna just stick with Deaky at the moment. He's also on the fly. He's just started, so I'm gonna keep you up to date on Freaky Deaky.
Yeah, very big turnaround from Tormund there. It wasn't up at all in Sector 1, but really made up that time in Sector 2 and 3. Panda already going 3/10 faster in Sector 1 alone. Getting some support here for Cyber and Tormund from Brian and Dirkies. Sergeant Panda just completing the second sector. 7/10 up already in Sector 2, which will put him at a 16.8. I think he needs to push a little more in this final sector to...
Yeah, that's going to cause chaos. And Deaky is also up by 10.5 in Sector 1. I'm going to watch his Sector 2 times, but that's going to put Emi and Gatua Levy under pressure. Cyber's retired from 10th. So,
Panda found the time. It does a 16.4, putting up in 5th. He's safe.
Yeah, that's Emi out of Q2. That is also Cyber's obviously going to be knocked out here if Deaky can keep it together, which he seems to be doing.
Cyber will be safe. He just won't be competing in Q3. He did a 15.9, so his car's definitely going through.
Oh,
Distinct Deaky.
Hello there.
He's woken
Well
up.
played.
He's ready for this race.
He's ramping up. Good pace by him. That puts him up into third. Just almost 2 tenths, just under 2 tenths away from provisional pole.
And let us just say the honor. Welcome to Premier Division.
Yeah, here we go.
That defies it.
I'm just going to stick with Boinkies at the moment. He's 2 tenths up in sector 1. He needs about 3 tenths to get him, 4 tenths basically, to get himself out of the bottom 5. So we'll see. He needs a bit of more time. So let's see if there's time to find in sector 2 for him.
I think we got a goal called the Stink Deaky, Sneaky Beaky.
There we go. Right, Boinkies coming into his sector 2, runs a bit wide there, didn't go flat out there.
6 tenths up. That will make him, will take him
that's
safe.
going to push out Cyber, because he's already retired. Ketua Levy is out, we know Emmy is out. We know Shane's out. I'm not sure about Dean Fergie, where he's going to slot himself in.
So just to correct you once again, that will push Arnu out. Cyber will be safe until Q3, but he won't be able to compete in Q3.
Oh, did he?
He did a 15.9 and then unfortunately crashed that we missed.
Okay, so that is Boinkies through in 7th. Good lap there by Ronald. 2 Ferraris through.
So we're losing Arnu.
Well, let's see what the game does. I mean, it's probably going to, yeah, you're probably right, it's probably going to push Cyber through and just not let him partake in Q3.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've been there, done that, and got the t-shirt a couple of times.
Alright.
So yeah, unfortunately we're losing Cyber for that DNF. Arnu goes, Getuelebi. Imi Alonso, very disappointing after winning that race last week. Dean Fergie and Shay not able to set a lap. Very easy to invalidate a lap also around this track. The white lines are quite close together.
Yeah, so just look at the team structure here. Mercedes first and fifth, and I just lost it there. But yeah, so they're leading the championship, both of them through into Q3. Both Ferraris into Q3, so that's good going by the Scuderia team, so well done to them. Hanku, you can just take us through the standings quickly.
No problem. We've got Josh once again in first place, setting a 15.9. Super D coming in second. Technically it was Cyberjard with his 15.9th, but unfortunately DNF'd and pushed him back to 10th. Super D coming in with a 16 flat in second. Negation with a 16.1. Distinct Deaky really being sneaky there. Also a 16.1. Bob 16.1 in the other Mercedes. Only about 2 tenths away from his teammate. Let's see what happens in Q3. Zadi 16.4, losing his teammate unfortunately this round. Boyke 16.4, beating his teammate Sergeant Panda here by 200s. Tormund rounding up our Q3 people for 16.6. And I lost the screen there, so I couldn't see the rest, but I know we lost Arnu, Cyber, and a couple of more. Dean Fergie, Shane, if I can remember correctly, and Imi. So only 9 drivers, unfortunately for Cyber. That DNF'd in Q2, he will not make it through, but he will start in 10th nonetheless. And I see the Ferrari team there. Oh no, that'll be the Mercedes team, I think. Yep, there's a Mercedes going out first thing. Very unusual for the Mercedes. Their whole qualifying they've been going out last, or trying to go out as late as possible. But Bob on the backbone, he needs to find 2 tenths to get his teammates time. That's the first battle you want to win, is the teammate battle. You want to always be in front of your own teammate. So a couple of drivers still in the pit. So Josh is still waiting. Nick is still waiting. Josh actually just left the pits and coming out now. And then Zadi is still in the pits. And Super D is still waiting a bit in the pits. So Bob starting his lap, first drive out on track. Might run into some traffic from Super D later on his lap. Taking all the curb on the outside, maximize the entry. (27.2). It's a very good sector 1 already. I think he's really giving it his all here. Really on that power very early. Keeping it very tight on each corner. Cyberjot coming into the comment section saying he had a minor setback. Definitely did. You're going to have a lot of making up to do in the race. You had the pace there, buddy. Hopefully a safety car would save your ass tonight. And Bob, first driver out, fastest lap we've seen tonight, 15.7. Behind him is a Ferrari of Sergeant Panda. Panda setting a 16.5. Next up on the list is one of the Williams. Tolman setting a 16.2. And the other Williams, Distinct Deaky, unfortunately invalidated his lap. And then Boinky is coming down the last corner now. Boinky is setting a 16.8, putting him in 4th. Next up is Josh. Josh coming around the final corner. We expect this to be rapid. And it's a 15.6, going even quicker than his teammate Bob by a 10th. Nick Gieshin unfortunately invalidated his lap. Let's go to Super D. Super D setting a 16.6. I think he can go a bit quicker still. Sting DQ is still on a lap. Don't think he's pushing. Let's follow Zardi around. Zardi just started the lap. So Zardi setting at 27.4. It's about 2/10 off of what Bob did. Derek is coming saying, yo, that's quick. And yeah, those two Mercs are flying here tonight like they always are.
Yeah, that's why they're in Premier Division.
Oh no, Toto really fixed his shit there.
Yeah.
Zardi setting
Well
a
done.
purple 2, the 54.3 middle split. Job. Josh coming in with a 15.6. Can you believe it, Everlack on his first flyer? Great
Oh,
banker.
that's rapid, eh? That's rapid. Let's see what Zardi can cough up here.
16.2.
That's good enough for second row. So far, 16.2. Good lap by him. We're still waiting for Nick Gishin, so I'm just going to pop in with Nick.
Yeah, Nick unfortunately had a invalid lap, so this will be his second push lap. I think on this soft, he came out straight again with another set.
Okay, so he's obviously got another. Not sure he's going to be able to do another run. I think this is probably going to be it for him.
It's one and only.
Yeah, one and only. That's the pressure that you don't really want. You want to put a banker in and get on with it. Something to aim at for your delta. You don't want to look at too many things while you're on a hot lap. So, yep. So Nick's going to start his lap.
So Nick, don't listen to us at this moment if you are listening to us.
Anku, get on Nick so we can do a hot lap with Nick around Hungary. So right, so DRS wide open as he heads off to turn 1. A slight dip into the track here, slight downhill. And then, like Anku says, one of the more difficult corners in F1. Nice rotation there, second DRS zone up. And let's see as Josh goes fastest with a 1:15.4. But we are with Nick into turn 3. gets nice rotation out of the Red Bull, gets on the power nice and early. And that's a good, didn't run too wide there, didn't lose any time there. So let's see what this is going to bring him. At 27.3, that's nicely through there. That looks good by Nick. So hug this nice and close, don't lose the rear. Step on the power, hard braking zone. This bus stop chicane here, does that in second, shifts to third, don't run too wide, keep it nice and straight. Car doesn't bottom out. Then it's the twisty section, left, right, and then another left coming up, and then another right. It just keeps on coming. And a slight shift on the gears there, but nicely done by him. And that's a 54.3, so no purples yet for him, but it's all greens because this is his first lap. Then a very difficult off-camber left-hander, slightly uphill. Don't touch the cement on the inside because that will spin you around. And then try to get rotation with going into third, get on fourth. Trust the stability of the car at the rear. And that's going to be Nick, and that is second row for Nick, a 1:16.1. It's a good lap by him. Not much of an improvement from Q2. I think he did more or less the same, a 1:16.187. So, but nevertheless, a good lap by Nick to put him on the second row, just in front of Zardi. But it is the two Mercs in front.
And a super quick lap from Josh there, just sneaking it in. I think that was his second push lap on the same tire.
Wow.
He's, I think, about to slap on a fresh set, and then I think we're going to see an even quicker time.
Yeah, depending on if Nick's got another set of, or new set of softs waiting for him, he still has time to...
I don't think Nick will make it, but definitely Josh.
Might be a stretch for Nick, but no, it's no harm, no foul. You can as well go and have a go at it.
Yeah, so Super D coming around the last corner. I'm going to follow him around. He's about to start a lap. This will probably be his last lap. And I see Zardi coming up. That might give him a small little fright coming into turn 1. Not something you want on this turn 1. I still dread it. I just lose so much traction out of turn 1.
That bad. You were quite fast in practice earlier. Not sure what you're on about.
Well, I wasn't doing Josh's time in time trial.
Misbehaving, I'll move you to Premier Division whether you're my teammate or not. Right, 4 tenths, 5 tenths up for Super D in Sector 1, if I'm not mistaken. If I just got a quick glimpse of his time there.
If I could submit my time trial time for this quali, I'm still not in second. I'll be third.
How's that for a bummer for all time trial times being deleted?
Yeah.
Game. All your setups gone if you didn't say purple Sector 2.
Super D 8 tenths up. This is gonna be definitely second or first row, yeah?
Yeah, we're looking 8 tenths up. Yeah, probably not. We're looking at a 15.8.
The whole sector to wait.
On the second row. Let's see. I estimate that will be a third for him. So let's see where
it's a 15.5. He's just splitting the Mercs.
1.1 seconds. My word, he found a lot of time. And that splits the Mercs. Well done to him. Nick coming out of the pits. He's got 1 minute 47. He's got enough time.
Yeah, he's gonna have to push it.
Yeah, and he's just behind Josh, if I'm not mistaken. No, he's behind Bob. Oh, he was behind Bob. Yeah. Okay,
and yeah, he just passed Bob there. I'm on Zardi. Zardi on his last lap here. Up by a half a tenth in Sector 1. I think that's probably the sector everybody gets quite correct from the get-go. I think the second sector and the last sector is where everybody finds their time.
Yeah, track evolution playing a big role here. So everyone on an outlap at the moment: Boinkies, Panda, Torment, Nick, Bob, and Josh. So no points for pole position this season in FTR. But you probably want to start second or third in Hungary. I don't think you want to start on pole. But let's see. Max proved it.
Starting up 1.5 tenths already, coming out of Sector 2, coming around the last corner.
1.5 tenths might just pip him. Well, you probably get him in front of Nick. I don't think it's going to be more than that.
15.8.
Yeah,
so that putting up in fourth.
So that's him on the second row. Good lap there by Zardi, making up for his teammate not being part of Q3. Distinct Diki, he is 2.5 tenths up, coming around the last corner. So we see where this is going to put him. Is that going to be enough to jump Torment? Yes, it is, just by a little bit. Torment on an outlap, so it's the battle of the Williams cars at the moment for 6th and 7th. Panda is very square to his lap time in Sector 2. So he's basically square with that. He needs, what, 4/10.
Oof, up by 3/10 coming out of Sector 2 for
Oh, there
Panda.
we go. Nicely done.
This
Purple
might
sector 2
put
for
him in front of Distinct DT already.
Yeah, let's see. He might just be able to get a 16 flat, which will put him ahead of Nick Gishan. That will be something else.
Nick's still on a lap though. Nick might improve. 15.8.
15.8. That's
him
in
in
front
fifth.
of Nick, so that's fifth for him. That is rapid. That is
Zardi
really
on a-
good.
Coming past, and then directly after
Yeah,
Zardi
Nick has invalidated his lap, so he's done for quali. That's 6th position for Nick. Unfortunately, invalidated his lap, so his 116.1 will stand.
Tormund still on a lap. Tormund might still pass Nick.
Yeah, so Tormund, I tell you what, but he's not even a 10th up in Sector 2, so I'm not sure if, unless he has a
Bob
mega
going
Sector
second
3.
with a 15.496. Just missing out.
Wow.
Josh is going back into the
900ths
pits.
of a second.
Last person to set a lap is Torment and Distinct Diki. Torment almost square on his time, not really improving. He stays in 8th.
Not going to improve, he stays in 8th.
Distinct
so,
Diki going into the pits. So that's a wrap.
Yeah, that's good stuff by Diki. I always say that you want to outperform your teammate, and then you look at the rest of everyone else around you.
But
a good
just
lap
look at those
by him.
Mercs. Just look at how close those Mercs is, please.
That is just ridiculous. And,
Same with the
yeah,
Williams.
but it's-
Williams also only a 10 from each other.
Yeah, so basically a second between 1st and 9th, and that's really good. That's nice. Although a short track like this, you would expect it to be maybe a little bit closer, but I don't think Boinky's had the best lap, neither did Tormund. So I would be safe to say probably 7/10 between 1st and 9th. I think there's definitely more in that. It's all going to be about tire strats here on Wednesday night here in Premier Division, FTR. Me and Hanko's going to take a break. And we'll take you through the grid once the guys are on the formation lap, and we'll see you guys just now.
Cool.
Right, so while we wait for Zero to get back, I just want to run you through the final results for qualifying. Josh starts on pole, so he's had a good couple of poles this season, followed by his teammate Bob, so that's a good stint for Mercedes. Bit under pressure from Red Bull after last week. Super D in 3rd, Zardi in the Aston Martin, good lap by him to put him up in 4th. And the same can be said to Panda in 5th. Negation disappointing 6th, invalidated this lap, couldn't get a second lap in. Distinct Diki, first race with the FTR, well played, 7th for him. Tormund kills, he's just ahead of Tormund, his teammate. Boinky's in 9th, Cyber in 10th, Arno in 11th, Getur Levi Imi not a best result for Emi, but maybe it's not all lost. And then we've got Dean Fergie in 14th, followed by Shane, which is not going to take part in qualifying because I think he is still disconnected. And then we've got Yaku, Royal, and Smirch Django. Just looking at tyres, a couple of options here for us tonight. The top 3 starting on the softs, then 2 mediums with Zari and Panda. 2 hard runners, it's Nick and Arno.
Very strange from the Red Bulls.
Yeah, I think they probably want to go for durability and get track position through the safety cars. Then you've got Emi, Dean, and Shane. Shane's still on the softs, but I don't think he's part of the race. And then Royal Viking and Smirch Django at the back of the pack. They're going to start on the softs as well. So a mixture of tyres. It's going to be, we're going to have to keep our heads tonight, Hanku, to see who's doing what. But I will look at tyre strategies during the race for you while you stream.
And about a 22-second pit window for the guys jumping into the pits.
Yeah, so according to the game, the fastest way around this track is new softs and new mediums. Start on the softs and go to the mediums. And if you don't have that in place, the next best strategy would probably be medium hard or hard medium. And then if you really want to be aggressive, you go a 2-stopper, which will be soft medium. Depending on safety cars tonight, hopefully a turn 1 will be clean and neat like we saw in Austria. One of the best races I've seen, and probably the best race of FTR over the 5 years that we've been doing this. 11 seasons of racing, and that was by far the best race I've seen.
Yeah,
so,
no, definitely. But I think we might see that soft medium strat from Smirch Django joining us late after qualifying.
Yeah, we might. So just in terms of teams, only one Alfa Romeo tonight in Smirch Django. The 2 Mercedes, like Hanko said earlier, on top. The 2 Haas boys is currently in 3rd and 12th. The 2 Red Bulls is 6th and 11th. Ferrari is 5th and 9th. Then you've got the Alpines, which is in 10th, and I don't know where the other one is, 17th. And then the Aston Martin's difficult for Emi in 13th. Anyway, Hanko, take us through the start.
As we have 5 lights, and away we go. This is everybody's stuck on the grid. Away we go. Sure. Okay, my lights were very much ahead of the rest. There we go. Better view. 2 Mercs going side by side. Super D very close by as well. I think they're going to leave each other space. That is Zardi coming down the inside of that arse of Super D. And Josh stays ahead. Bob in second.
Now, slight contact there, which puts him a bit on the back foot. The Nick's coming around the outside of Zardi.
Ooh, Nick really moving up places with that hard. He is
good start by Nick.
Putting it in there on the worst tyre ever to start on.
4th up to 4th for him. Tormund kills up into 6th, so he's had a good start. He's ahead of Panda. And I'm just looking at his teammates. So Diki is out. I'm not sure what happened to him.
Yeah, that
I
is
did
weird.
not see that.
And Arnu is out, apparently, on my screen.
Yeah, Arnu's been disqualified. I'm not sure why. That is weird.
I'll keep my eye on the score here as well. See if anybody complains. Haven't seen anything yet. Smirch Django also making up a couple of positions. I'm just going to change this to see how many positions we've made. So, best winner is Smirch Django and Emi Alonso making up 4 places each. Sorry, Royal Viking on 5 places. Then we got Yakunochel making up 3 places. Cyberjar, Torment and Negisha making up all 3 of them 2 places. Then we got Zari losing out in the place, Panda losing out in 2 places, Ratu Lebi on 3 places, and Shaney on 1 place. I hear Arnu Ghost just got completely kicked out of the game, basically.
Yes, I'm just trying to send out invites again because anything can change. You know, you can join and there's a safety car and you're back into it. So, but for me, he's still in the game. I'm not sure what happened to him, if it's a power issue, but he's still in the game, according to me and according to my screen.
Yeah, this fight at the back is really heavy. Everybody is so close to each other, from Torment all the way down into 15th place. It's just chaos.
This is weird. Okay, so hopefully we won't have any funny things going on here.
Hey, new game, new issues. Can't thank EA for everything yet.
Yeah, that's terrible. That is terrible.
I think everybody's still waiting on the DRS. Like we said, it's a very difficult track to actually overtake on. So you might sit in a DRS train for quite a while and struggle to make up some places. And everything's still sticking quite the same. No real overtakes been happening around the track. DRS will be available from this straight on, I think.
Yes, at the moment, it looks like Deaky might have had a moment, but I'm not sure what happened to Arno there. But anyway, it is what it is. It's Nick currently in fourth, so he's doing a good job on those hards, sticking with it. Smart Django went into the pits, he's on the hards, so he's effectively a pit stop behind everyone else. And yeah, that's a very difficult race against yourself when there's no one in front of you. So it's going to be a tough night for him. Shane all the way. Shane is not ghosting on my screen, so I'm not sure if he's part of the lobby. But a big battle here between Nick, Gatua Levy and Royal Viking, so they're lining each other up. And Yaku just waiting for some action in front of him. Yaku and Gatua on the hards, Royal Viking on the softs. And really struggling on the softs, I'm not sure why. But yeah, Gatua Levy is all over him at the moment.
So if I look at the front pace here, those softs are really working out for the top three. They already pulled a 3.5 second gap to Negation on the hards, really keeping up the rest of the pack. So really working into the favor of the top three we got there. And they're able to make that softs work for them at this moment. And there it only goes Arno Ghost has left the session now, so I'm not sure really what happened.
Right, virtual safety car, and that was Sergeant Panda, so he had a big moment, no wing for him. So I'm not sure which corner that was. It looked like the corner just before the pit entry. But that is a virtual safety car because there's debris on track, so he's going to box now. Not bad for, oh, he's on the medium, so he's probably going to try to get on the softs now and then get on the mediums a little bit later again if he's got the choice.
Another set of mediums at least, so
alright,
it's really saving him. He can maybe go back to the softs on a later stage.
Yeah, new front wing going on for Panda and new mediums for him. So virtual safety car.
And this is really playing once again into the hands of these three front runners on the softs, because they're able to save some of that tyre now and just be able to go longer. I think this is the best choice they've made. Oh, and Sergeant Panda getting a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety.
Alright, the safety car has ended, and there we go. We are gone again.
So Nick making up quite a bit of time there, standing only on 2.7 seconds behind those blokes now.
He gets very funky with his delta time sometimes. Sometimes it works for you, sometimes it bites you.
Yeah.
So, a drive-through versus 1 second gained. I'd rather not take any of those two.
I want to keep my eye on Cyber Jati and Torment. Cyber really close to Torment here. Torment not getting any DRS around this time, but Cyber definitely doing. He's pushing a little bit of overtake. I don't think he's going to go for the movers yet. Or he just doesn't want to use too much ERS while trying to do so. Gatua Levy getting past Royal Viking here into turn 1.
Yeah, he's been lining him up for a couple of laps now. So good move there by him.
Making up just one position that he lost again at the start. One more to go and he'll be on par of what he qualied on. So Cyberjard also really getting close to Torment now. I think he's putting in real pressure on him.
Out. He can see the Cyber and Torment in front of him.
He can see something's happening. Cyber really looking racy, looking into the bus stop chicane almost. Just had a little look.
Yeah, you get the feeling that Torman is slightly struggling at this stage of the race because Boinkies is catching them very quickly. So he's going to be at the back of that Alpine very quickly if he doesn't get past Torman. Boinkies looking quite racy on those mediums as well. So, and he's followed by Imi up into 9th position. And then Dean Fergie's got a penalty as well that he needs to serve.
Ooh, Cyber losing some time around the second last corner.
Yeah, Boinkies is going to join the fray very quickly. And,
yeah, that's giving Boinkies DRS now.
Yeah, there comes the DRS train. Everyone getting the DRS behind them.
Yaku Nagel very close to
ooh, yeah,
Royal Viking. On the inside, can you keep it? Can you keep it? Ooh, it's gonna put him on the outside now for the
he can
second corner.
Do a switcheroo there.
Yeah, you really want to be on the other side coming into turn 3.
Yeah, but Yaku looking nice and racy here against that 6-lap old softs, which just tells me it's not probably brand new softs for these guys. They probably got old softs going on here, although I can't see it.
Yaku might still have a couple of softs in the bag, missing out on Q2 and Q3 if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So definitely he'll be wanting to make up positions as quick as possible, losing quite a bit of time to Khatui Lebi already. The gap being 3.3 seconds between Khatui Lebi and Royal Viking. I think this will be the time where Yaku will really want to make his move. And
there you go.
Royal Viking going very wide already on those softs, giving in on him. I think they might be overheating. That could also be a problem on his track like we spoke about before.
Yeah, unfortunately he's got the DRS now on Yaku, so that might have been a ploy by him just to stay in front.
Yep, lost bit of
that
defense.
Could have been a good strategy by him.
Yaku not happy on that one, bit hasty on the power there.
Look, Nick doing a stellar job here on the hards. I think the soft is starting to jump off. He's now 2.1 seconds behind Super D. So he's doing a good job there.
No, definitely
one hand
fighting
the back, obviously with Arne not around. It's always good when you've got when you've got a teammate close to you to protect you. Another move there by Yaku on the inside. No, decided against it in the bus stop chicane, so he's going to wait a little bit more.
A bit sketch to go for it around the bus stop chicane. Very little space.
Also getting very close to Cyber at the moment, so Boinkies is gaining
I'm on Boinkies at the moment.
So that's probably our two closest battles at the moment is Royal Yaku, Khatui Lebi, and Imi also. Because Khatui getting very close to Imi, so I'm going to have a look at these two.
Boinky is super close, coming out the final corner, only 3 tenths behind Cyber. He's definitely going to make the overtake here. Cyber going a little bit defensive on the inside. Boinky's got his nose ahead. Ooh, they're going side by side. Boinky's a little bit far out, getting the DRS again, going for it again into turn 2, I think.
Boinky's, yeah, and Khatui Lebi also got past
Imi,
yeah. So
Boinky's not making it work.
Yeah, the soft's not really working at this stage of the Grand Prix, Hanku. You were saying earlier that it looks good, but they're losing a lot of time. Nick is now under 2 seconds behind Super D, and Super D is catching Barb on them, so he's getting a net lead here. Emi battling on those softs himself. Royal Viking not making any impressions on the softs and the mediums at this stage. So the softs doesn't seem to be... you would have expected to be slightly a bit more than that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Nick making up so much time and also improving his gap to Zadi there by a hell of a lot already. 4 seconds where Zadi was on him.
Yeah, 1.9 seconds it was. It's down now to 1.5 seconds. So Nick, yeah, he's gaining and gaining. And Zadi is trying to hunt him down from the back, but Super D is still very close to Barb. And then a bit of a gap to Josh at the moment. in the championship fight, it is really Josh, Bob, and Nick at the moment chasing each other. Emi can make some good points up towards Arno, because Arno DNFing this evening, so Emi needs a couple of positions higher for him to score some decent points. But the gap here are 1.6 seconds, so it's almost like Nick is gaining 3/10 per lap on the guys in front of him, so we'll keep on watching that.
And that will just increase as that softs just drop off a cliff. Nick will just gain so much time to them. Obviously being on the longevity of a tire that is on. But Josh also pulling quite a gap to Bob, already 2 seconds ahead of Bob. So soft's working for Josh here, not for Bob. Maybe setup related tire attempts.
Yep.
Really coming to the guys, and the soft would eat up those temps. Like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, 1.3 seconds now, so making some good inroads there. So it's going to be interesting to see. Normally the front car of the team gets when he wants to pit. So both of them staying out at the moment. And the gap down from Super D to Nick to 1.4 seconds. So Nick is doing a stellar job on his hards, and he can really take all out of the hards. He doesn't have to look any thing after his tires. He doesn't have to do any time management. He really can go hard from lap 1, because he knows probably mediums is waiting for him if he eats up too much of those hards, and if the hards come back to him after graining, he might just pit for the soft. So Nick looks very racy at the moment for me. He's got the option of going to the softs at the end, where the soft runners don't, because they've already used softs, so they need to go to another compound. So Nick looking, yeah, if he can keep it together, he looks very racy at the moment. Probably another 2 laps or so, then Nick will be in DRS of Super D if the guys don't pit. So we'll keep an eye out on the front runners. When are they pitting? But yeah, you can visibly see Nick catching them. So good job by him on those hards.
I'm following Khatu Lebi around here. He's looking very racy behind Boinkies here. Looks like he's got quite a bit of pace on Boinkies. I think he might want to make the move around coming into the straight soon. Yep, overtake, DRS takes the inside. Boinky's not defending this. Knows it'll just hurt his own race. Might as well just try and stick in the DRS range and hopefully gets pulled along. Save him from Emi behind. Nick Gishan also only still on a 1.4 second gap
lost
to
a bit of
Super
time
D.
there. It was 1.1 seconds, almost within DRS. So I lost a bit of time there, probably a moment or a slight snap. So there is a verge, there is some yellows. I'm trying to see for who that is. That was a quick yellow, so not too much to worry about.
It could be the one. No, sorry. Is both Williams still on the track? No, they got disqualified. But Shaney is running very slow. Oh yeah, he had the DC, so that one McLaren might be what's causing it, because he's on a 0% AI at the moment. So really running slowly around the track. So I'm on Cyber here. Cyber getting very close to Torment.
Yeah, Torment's got a 3-second time penalty, so he's had his warnings.
So Bob, first Mercedes in the pits.
Yeah, so he pulls the trigger first, so not the lead car going for the stop, and he's going to go put on a set of hards. So he's going to go to the end with that. If there is no safety cars or anything, it's going to put him a bit in traffic.
Cyber putting his nose in. And he's the worst off in the traction zone out of turn 1, unfortunately, and Tolman just sticking to it.
Right, so I think on the next lap we'll probably see Josh in, maybe even Super D. That gives Nick a bit of breathing space so he can get on with his race, try to punch in some good lap times. Let's just see what it is. So Bob is effectively 18 seconds behind Nick. So he will come out in front of Nick. But yeah, like I said earlier, Nick will be on the softer tires. unless Nick pits. So that it's Josh pulled the trigger. He's in.
And Super D also tucking into the pits. So Nick really not getting any DRS, unfortunately. Really been running a very slower race versus the rest been pulling along with DRS. He's going to really want to push it. Not having much ERS left though as well in the tank. But a track you could build up quite a bit of ERS at least. But he
hard
wants
tires
to...
going on for Josh and hard tires going on for Super D, so they're not bargaining on pitting again and hoping for no safety car. So Josh comes out just behind, or just in front of Bob, but Bob's tires is up to temperature. So is he going to use this opportunity to get past his teammate? There's no calls yet, I think, in the terms of the team of who's supposed to give way to someone else. So it's too early in the season to do that. But Bob looking nice and racy, yeah?
Yeah, they're also
see.
on Imi at the moment, still on that 13 lap old softs. It's not
Yeah,
really
that's
the place.
best thing that can happen with Nick, as Imi is holding them up slightly, because if he can do that, then that will just give Nick a bit of breathing space. Currently the gap between Josh, Bob and Nick is 17 seconds.
And Cyberjar DNF'd. That's a safety car. Ooh.
You know what? Ideal opportunity for Nick Gishan. I'm not sure where he is.
Mediums
yeah,
now. Mediums.
Mediums for him. If you pit now, you'll probably come out in front. And that's what a safety car can do. So it cuts
He's in the
time
pits.
by
He's
half.
in the pits.
22 seconds cut by half. That will be 11 seconds. He will come out in front of Josh and Bob, based on my calculations.
Yep.
So let's
Nick
see.
Gishan going straight for the medium. All the medium runners behind him also pitting. I believe will go probably to the hards. They have no other choice unless they're going to pit again. This is going to be interesting. Nick, just make it ahead of Josh and Bob.
Into
Perfect
the lead
timing.
through the safety car. And
Josh drive-through penalty. Oh no. He's not happy about that.
I tell you what,
he was pushing so hard to get to Nick. Oh.
Yeah, pushing a little bit too hard, and that is going to be painful for him. So that opens it up nicely for Nick. He needs to look well after these mediums during the safety car, because the more he looks after it. Look, 20 laps on the mediums, it's not impossible, but he needs to take very good care of them, because those hards are going to come through at the end. So unless there's another safety car. After all the pit stops, Zardi is up into 5th, Tormund 6th, didn't serve his penalty, so we added to his race time. Couture Levy, Boinky's good 8th, Imi up into 9th, he's on the medium, so he might have a slight advantage in the beginning over the hard runners. And then you've got Royal Yaku and Dean Fergie as the last point scoring position. Well, I'm going to use this opportunity to make coffee, Hanku.
Yep, I'm going to fetch me another beer.
You do that, young man.
See you soon. Josh skipping the queue here in front of Nick. I'm not sure why.
Right, so did I miss something? Why is Josh ahead of Nick?
It's something happened down the main straight, where Josh was passing Nick, and then Nick passed Josh, and Josh stayed ahead.
Well, it's very clear under our rules that you're not allowed to overtake under the safety car. The stewards will give you a penalty back to you at the end of the race. So Josh in a bit of trouble there. That's why it's important to read the rules of every league that you join, because the rules state that you're not allowed to overtake under the safety car, even if the game tells you that. So he's in a bit of trouble, and he will get penalized for that, unfortunately. So Nick just needs to keep his head here. The rules will take care of itself. So yeah, he just needs to keep it on track.
Safety car in this lap. See them
Josh
back
has
up
got
the
a
lap.
drive-through penalty anyway, so I'm not sure why he was doing these funny tricks. He's going to have to go into the pits anyway, and he's not going to leave the race. So, but yeah, stewards will have a look at that, and we'll make a note of that on lap 16. So,
I would say end lap 15, start lap 16.
yeah, so here we go, safety car restart. Josh has got a drive-through penalty. Tormund still's got a 3-second penalty. There is 19 laps to go, and trigger pulled by Josh. He's going to have to pit within 2 laps now, so it's either going to be this lap or the next that he needs to pit. Bob getting a good restart as well. Super D mega restart by him. Caught Zari a bit sleeping there.
Yeah, Zari slept a little bit. Super D looked very feisty behind Bob. They had a little look, but just didn't commit to it. Could it be that they're still friends, still rivalry teams though? But those mediums are just coming to Nick, I think, and he's going to have a nice pace advantage as soon as
yeah, look,
Bob
I don't
puts.
think he needs to worry about Josh. Maybe just stay in his
Oh, yeah,
slipstream,
Josh,
try
sorry.
to get but Josh has got the drive through. So for Nick it's really about Bob, maybe not trying to take too much out of his tires in the beginning, and I wouldn't even run this close to Josh if I was him. He's just going to overheat your tires. You don't obviously want to fall into the trap of Bob behind you, but really in essence, don't mess it up now, because the guy in front of you is going to have to go a drive through. That's going to probably drop him all the way down to 11th if he comes out of the pits, and he serves it now. So let's see. Oh, big moment into the pits. He almost lost the rear there, and that's going to cost him more time as well. So he might just come back down at the end of the pack of cars. So let's have a look. Yeah, he's probably going to come out stone last. Let's just see if Smirts can. Yeah, Smirts has gone through, so that's Josh all the way down in position.
And this has just unleashed Nick. Nick almost pulling a second gap already to Bob. So that mediums really got the pace in the beginning, but they might drop, I think, in the next 10 laps, maybe lap 27, and then the hard should come into play.
Unfortunately for him, as there's not a big tire difference between the mediums and the hards. It's 0.5 of a second. So it's gonna, yeah, he might just be in a bit of trouble with about 6 or 7 laps to go. We'll keep an eye on that. Another safety car. Nick can either go back onto mediums or go onto the softs, because he hasn't been on the softs, so hopefully he's got a new set of softs waiting for him. Yeah, a second now. He's out of. He's pulled himself out of DRS from Bob behind, and Super D closely behind Bob. So that looks quite racy. Zadi is caught up nicely now, and yeah, he's currently in 4th.
Yep, DRS only enabled from now. Nick also setting the fastest lap of the race already on an 18.6. I think he might improve again on this lap. So really good points already for Nick there.
Yeah, Super D getting very close to Bob here. I don't think there's any, although they're in the same chat party and maybe having a chat here, I think this is all for, I don't think Super D will just stay behind him just because of the championship. It's only round 4.
Torment and Khataya Lebi going side by side through turn 3. And Torment just got the better of it. Khataya Lebi just taking another look into turn 4, I think it was. But yeah, Torment just staying ahead, keeping up the pack again. Torment also losing out quite a bit, not in DRS range of Zadi, which is really hurting him for this next straight when Khataya Lebi will have full DRS. in the slipstream.
Yeah, and all that's bringing Boinkies also closer, and Emi all over the back of Boinkies here. So, yeah, Emi sees the opportunity with being ahead of Josh. So, that's everything that they can do is taking points off Josh, that is leading the championship at the moment by, I think, 9 points. So, if it stands like this, if the race is to finish now because of a red flag or anything funny, it will be Nikishin who goes into round 5 leading the championship, with Bob overtaking Josh. And Josh will fall from first to third. So, yeah, Emi putting a lot of pressure on Boinkies. Is he going to go and have a look on the inside?
Little
That's
look.
going to be a late lunch. So I decided against it. He's going to get another helping of DRS now. But this is such a short straight. You're not going to get anything really done here. And Boinkies also within DRS of Tormund.
So yeah, Getulebe making it past Tormund there on the previous straight.
Well done to him. Good overtake there. That can be overtake of the week. So if you haven't checked that out, go check out Facebook. There is overtake of the week that the Hanku posts every week after race days, and you can go check out the overtake of the week, and we will compile all that into a list, and then we'll nominate the overtake of the season during the last race. Yeah, so if Emi plays his cards well, he's got 3 cars ahead of him, and I think he's faster than all 3 of them. So if he plays this nicely, Emi can get himself up into 5th. Maybe a bit of a stretch to catch Getulebe right now, but the longer he's behind Boinkies, the more it hurts him. And he needs to get past Boinkies, because Boinkies on the hearts. Those hearts will come back eventually. So you need to get past them. Super D getting very close to Bob. He's going to get DRS now. I don't think he's close enough, 6/10 of a second. Although in real F1 they said it was 7/10. Nah, it's not going to be enough, unfortunately. And Zardi catching these 2 guys very quickly as well. So Zardi on the charge here.
And Zardi wanting that last podium spot available still. And that's the fight he wants to be with, because his fight is currently with Super D and Bob. I don't think it will be with Nick, but definitely with Super D and Bob to get that last podium spot. They're all running the hards. Nick is still running away a little bit, 2.5 seconds ahead of the pack. But he really wants to make that mediums work now rather than later. 14 laps to go. I think he needs to pull at least another 2.5 seconds before the drop off.
Yeah, just to protect him against that late charge of the hard runners. Tormund Kills is not going to play a role in that, unfortunately, 3-second time penalty. Yeah, Boinkies will jump him as things end now. So does Emi, and so will Royal, so does Dean. So he will drop a heap of places because of that 3-second time penalty. But I'll tell you what, Emi looks very racy at the moment, and I think he's getting a bit frustrated. And this is Hungary for you, getting frustrated behind Boinkies. Not a lot of overtaking opportunities. You really need the tyres to be within you, and the gap between them is 5.5. So we saw that 6/10 couldn't get it done. And Dean Fergie lining up Royal Viking here as well. But DRS train, mega. So nothing's going to happen on this lap.
Big lockup for Emi on the rears coming through turn 1.
Good car control there.
Yeah, driving without DPS is a...
Yeah, no, that's a demon on its own. 2.8 seconds to lead currently with Nick and Bob. You heard Hanku saying earlier that he probably needs another 2 seconds. I think the time has come and gone. Already 7 laps on those mediums, so 2.9 seconds as I say that, just to prove me wrong.
3 seconds.
3 seconds.
He's heard us now. He's heard us now.
Yeah, there we go. He's going to have to pull the trigger eventually. I'm still on this board with Emi, Boinkies, Tormund fight.
Yep, same.
No changes yet, as well as Dean lining up Royal Viking.
We'll try and keep an eye on both.
First race with FTR last week, second race with FTR. Is he gonna just having a look, just making him aware there's there? That's brought Panda back into the fray as well on 7-lap old Hearts. So it's the hard against the medium runners.
Yep. Boinkies getting quite. I mean, Emi Alonso getting quite close to Boinkies here. 6/10 coming out of the last corner. A little far ahead or far away. Boinkies just out of the DRS range.
Right, Dean Fergie lining up
his side.
Royal.
runs wide, gets off track, and that brings Panda into things. So Panda's licking his lips here. Going around
Any
the
mistake
outside.
by these two guys.
Can he stick it?
Ooh,
That will give him the
side by
inside.
side.
Ooh.
Good racing.
Yeah, that was close. Ooh, and Panda sneaking up there on them as well.
Yeah, he's eyeing a 9th position at the moment, so yeah, puts his hand up because Smirch Django, Smirch Django on the inside of Panda into the bus stop chicane. Hey, that was a brave move. My word. I saw the hand go up from the Ferrari driver, and it was the Haas driver that just came, or the Alfa Romeo driver just came past. Wow.
So, Super D actually
Yaku
passing Bob. Let's see if Super D can catch Nick Gishin pulling a 3.5 second gap already.
Probably got a bit more pace at this stage than Bob. He's already pulled a second almost out of Bob. Bob literally no ERS left. So everyone is using everything that they got. Nick Gishin pushing extremely hard at the moment, 3.7 seconds. So when do we see the drop off on the mediums, Hanku? Is it going to be around about 15
I think it's
laps
another,
on the mediums?
Another 2
5
laps.
laps from now?
Another 2-3 laps, I think.
2-3 laps. So let's have a look at lap 27 according to Hanku here. Let's see what happens.
So Josh also catching up with the pack again. Josh leading, driving in 13th at the moment.
Yeah, we saw that last week as well, Hanku, where he had a very difficult race and was also stuck at the back, and he just couldn't.
Ooh, and Torment had a big moment, losing a lot of positions here. No wing for Torment left anymore.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh, what a! It's the worst place to have that happen. Everybody's just passing you. He's got just no turning at all in that car.
Oh, there's big
and
fights
Super D. Super D is out.
Safety car. Nick has gone through the pit lane, so he missed this opportunity. So did Bob. Zari also. Boinkies missed it. Everyone has missed it except
No. Nick Gishin didn't miss it. I think Nick Gishin has got the perfect opportunity to go for the soft here. He's got a 9.2 seconds. He's not behind the safety cars yet. 9.2 seconds behind him is Bob. He's still got this. If he pits, that will put him behind Bob if Bob does not pit. But I think everybody is going to go for the softs now.
Everyone's going to pit for softs now. Yeah, so Gautier Levy was really the first car that decided to pit because he was at the pit entry. So he's jumped onto new mediums, Smirch Django on softs. Fergie, Panda, Josh, Yaku and Torment all on softs as they pass the safety car. So let's see what our front runners will do.
They have to put Nick losing some time here on this lap though. He was 9 seconds unless Bob had a very big build up on his safety car time.
That could be 5
so if he pits, that will put him behind. Ooh, he does not pit. Nick doesn't pit. Does Bob head into the pit? Bob heads into the pit. Oh, this is going to be painful for Nick, I think.
Opportunity missed. The softs will breeze past.
Zari also not pitting. Boinky's in the pits. Emi in the pits.
A set of worn softs, and not new.
I will still make it.
Oh, I don't know.
There's one push lap on them from quali. They will still make it. They'll probably be 10% max.
Yeah, Bob pitting.
Only 9 laps left. 2 of which will be under the safety car. Oh. Tolman kills 5-second penalty, ignoring yellow flags again. Yeah, I think Nick missed a big opportunity here. He's got a buffer of Zadi on the hards. Hopefully Nick can pull a small gap.
But you must remember, 11 lap mediums versus 11 lap hards. That boat has sailed, it's come, it's gone. The hards is going to be the better tyre now, definitely after 11 laps. So, yeah, Zadi looking quite pretty, but I tell you what, Bob on a softs, I expect big overtakes coming in the next 3 laps, because if he can make it work in the first 3 laps of the restart, he's gone. Even if his tyres drop off, he will just maintain that lead So Bob making the right decision. Boinky's going interesting for a new set of mediums. It's going to give him a lot of durability, so he can push as hard as he wants to. There's plenty of that in the mediums. So it might just be a podium opportunity for Boinky's. Royal pitting for new hearts. Maybe a wrong tyre selection by the team there. Emi finds himself into 6th position, which is great from where he started. So he's looking quite racy. Right, safety car is going to be another lap. So let's just take a small break or short break, Anku.
Yep.
And then we can join back when the safety car restarts.
Alright, so safety car should be in now. As we wait for Avalak to still return. Yep, safety car's in this lap. Negation can control the pace for us here.
I'm going to jump on board with Bob on the restart to see if everything goes smoothly. And Nick has had a couple of moments in the past around safety car restarts, going too early, then the game breaking him because he's not holding to his delta and then he loses the rear. So he needs to play this nicely. You also don't want to drop it on a straight. And if you do, you need to drop it in a very strategic position, or else you will be passed by turn 1.
And he pulls it. He pulls it.
Trigger already. Wow, that's early. That is really early. It seems to have worked for him. And you can just see the amount of grip that Bob generates out of the last turn. My word. This is going to be easy pickings.
Yep, this is going to be... Yeah, I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah, there we go. That is one going gone. No grip in those parts after restart. Too cold. Nick up next, and I would suggest he's going to get Nick probably on the next lap.
This is a perfect start for Bob. Exactly what he needed to do and wanted to do. One more position up, and he can take this a little bit more chill around this lap, and I think wait for it around the main straight, and then just make or pull a gap. Yeah. I won't be too hasty, rather keep it safe. There's only a couple of laps left of this race. Don't want to tank it now, even though he's super close up into Nick's gearbox.
I tell you what, he's not going to waste time. It's probably not a new set of softs. You want to get past, pull that gap.
Will he do it now? Will he go for it in this corner? He is going for it.
Yeah, he's going for it.
Yo, this is racing.
Superior grip.
Super clean.
Super grip for those softs.
Around the outside.
There's nothing you can do.
Oof.
And I estimate after lap 29 he will be probably about 1.5 seconds left. So that's Bob. Cheers, ciao, tot ziens. See you soon. I'm not sure if you have a look at the comments yet, Hanku on YouTube.
There's a couple. Arnu coming saying he got actually disqualified and he did not crash. Arnu also saying good luck to the rest of the guys.
Yeah, then, that's a pity, Arnu. If it was more than one, you know, if it was a couple of cars due to a lobby crash, we would have restarted. But yeah, unfortunately, it looked to me like Deke lost connection or bad connection. It looked like he went into the back of Deke and that was game over for him. So not sure what happened there.
And then Jason saying there's no delta on the safety car. Hopefully there's no glitches. And 5 lappers, let's go.
Yeah, 5 lappers. Here we go. Already the gap 1.6 seconds. I called it. Bob's gone. Nick in second, followed closely by Zardi. So those hards from Zardi is going to come into play very soon. I think round about lap 31. Boink is looking pretty on brand new set of mediums.
Ooh, Smudge Django just losing it. He was so close to overtaking, I think, Emi or no, Royal Viking there, and he just lost it on the patch of grass. Bob setting the fastest lap, taking that point away. Couture Levy going for a move onto Emi here. He's not committing it. And Jason said there's a glitch regarding not parking in the right pit. I mean, in your right starting grid, and that disqualifies you completely from the race.
Jeez, Jason, you need to find a job, man. You're playing way too much F1, my man.
Yeah, no.
Morsach. Get a job. You know what? No, it's true. If you don't park right in your grid box, you will get disqualified in the game. It will actually sort of like disqualify you from the session. A big move from Josh on the inside. He wanted to have a look there at Couture Levy, but decided against it. Couture Levy all over the back of Emi. Emi on those 4-lap softs, he's not making... I think he's probably being held up by Royal Viking. Oh, big moment for Royal. This is going to give the opportunity. Yeah, that's what Emi wanted. Get past him as quick as possible so he can move on in life. Ooh.
Do what Bob did. Oh, he could have just hanged it around the outside. And Josh sending it on the inside of Couture Levy there, trying to recover his race. Hanging it around the outside.
5 seconds the lead. That is new softs for you.
Josh passed Couture Levy there as well. Everybody running out of ERS.
Emi is going to send it on the inside.
Of Royal. Oof. Very dirty, but Josh also picking up Royal Viking and Couture Levy picking up Royal Viking. Josh going for another move around the outside of Emi Alonso
big
here.
Moment, and that is...
They just touched, I think.
Gene Fergie getting spun around. I'm not sure who spun him around, but that drops him all the way into 12. So Stewart's going to have a busy night tonight.
Yeah, I'm glad it's your side of the stewards.
Yeah. I still need to work. Come on, guys.
But Josh having a stellar restart on a safety car, already up into 5th. Just picking up loose ends.
That was really Morsach. I mean, right. So Nick and Zardi, hats off to them, holding their own. Yeah, sorry.
Jason's saying he's actually working. He's just got YouTube open on the side, but I don't think he's getting much left.
You can be glad I'm not your boss. Oh, Emi loses the car. Zardi, that brings Boinky through. That was close. I tell you what, that was a good correction, but lost the car.
Zardi straight onto the attack onto Boinky's here.
Yeah, that was a big moment for Zardi. Is he going to have a look around the outside? Is he going to do the cutback? I don't think he's got enough.
He doesn't have that grip on those odds.
4.6 seconds the lead. Oh, big. That's safety car. That safety car. 2 cars out.
4 cars.
That was a big moment. I caught the end of it. I'm not sure if Royal Viking was the cause of that, but I tell you what, Smirch, Yaku, and Dean gone.
And Torment.
And they were just passengers. They could do nothing there. Oh, word.
It's only a virtual safety car, at least, on the end of this
That's weird, because
race.
those cars are wrecked. Absolutely wrecked.
It would have been fun to have a first red flag. There we go, full safety.
It would have been fun to have the first red flags at the FTR. But obviously not. But that is a safety car. So what does Nick do now? We know you can pass within 1 lap 2 guys easily on new softs. Do you stay out? It's going to be probably a 1 lap safety car thing. It won't end under the safety
He'll
car.
be right at the back though. He's got 2 people as a buffer behind him. 17 lap old mediums. He's sticking it out. He is sticking it out. It's not pitting. Being
Neither
stubborn
Boinky,
about it.
Sardi, no, Josh, no. Everyone is staying out, no one taking a chance. If I was the back runner, Sergeant Panda, Royal Viking, I would just pit. Here we go, Royal Viking, pit for those softs. Get in top 5, my man.
It's going to be one lap racing.
Look, I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not sure if it was Royal Viking. I just caught the end of it. But I tell you what, that was a big smash. That was really big. And no fault to Smirts, or more to Yaku and Dean. They were in torment. They were just passengers. They couldn't go anywhere. Cars all over the place. I'm quite nervous for tomorrow night.
Yeah, I hope the race goes quick now. My electricity is going off at 10, so we've got 10 minutes of stream left. But I'm sure we'll get the last 2 laps done within that time. Interesting to see if the safety car would be in this lap already, have 2 laps of racing perhaps, or if it will only have 1. Hopefully we won't end this race under the safety car conditions.
No, I don't think that will happen. I think safety car will probably be in this lap already.
We'll see soon, hopefully, as it passes that third sector safety car in this lap. We'll have 2 laps of racing, it seems. I don't think we'll have any DRS for the last 2 laps. Look at that dirt on those cars.
Right, I'm going to stick here with Boinkies and have a look at the race start from my side. I'm going to get on board with him. He's 7-lap old medium, so he's looking pretty. Against 18-lap old mediums from Nick. Well, yeah, there was a couple of laps on the safety car. There's safety car restart. There we go. Good exit by Boinkies. I tell you what, he's going to try to get Nick.
It's just not enough juice. He left the overtake a bit long. I think he's going to wait for the next straight. I think Bob will pull a gap against Nick already, and I think he knows it. Other person to look out for is Josh. Josh also in the 9-lap old softs here behind Zardi on the 19-lap old hards. This might also be easy pickings for Josh to maybe still move up into a podium position.
Yeah.
Josh having a little look down into the bus stop. And he just doesn't make it. Josh is really racy on this Aston Martin's gearbox.
Oh, is he going to go around? There's no space around the outside. You can't do that there.
Will he do the Bob move, go down the inside? Nope. Zardi defending hard. Josh sticking around the outside. Traction has just got him so much grip
move.
there.
So much grip, it's ridiculous on those softs.
And he needed that.
Seconds already.
He needs to get on top of Boinkies right now.
Yeah, I think Boinkies might be a stretch on the last lap. I don't think that will be a podium for him though. Boinkies is sitting nicely behind Nick. Boinkies got plenty of ERS to his disposal, so he can really almost pull a hot lap out now if he needs to.
But how about that? Nick's still sticking it out on those 20-lap old hards.
I tell you what, respect.
And Royal Viking already made up 4 places, coming from dead last, and he's now running in 6 on his brand new softs.
I tell you what, if you want to have a look at some close calls here, Josh is all over Boinkies at the moment, and
He's a little far behind to go for another one.
Oh, he is. Is there a late lunch?
Royal Viking going for a late lunge on Zardi here, sticking around the outside. Ooh, they make big contact, pushing Zardi wide, letting Lebi through in the Haas. Royal Viking on the inside of Lebi on the old mediums. And Royal Viking.
Oh, I tell you what, photo finish with Nick and Boinkies. 1/10 of a second between the two of them. Oh, word. That was eventful. Sergeant Panda's going to come home in 9th, so not sure what happened between qualifying pace and race pace, but yeah, there's a bit of scratching heads there for his side of the garage in the Ferrari. But on the other side, it's a jubilation because it's Boinkies on the podium, 3rd. So well done to him. And driver of the day, Royal Viking, yeah.
Joe, what an ending to a
Sure.
race.
That was intense, to say the least. So there we go. It is, yeah, Bob on top of the podium. Step all these funny animations they got. My word. 3 different constructors again, the same as last week. It's Mercedes this time on top, not Aston Martin. It's Bob winning from Nick from Boinkies, very close, a 10th of a second between 2nd and 3rd. A great drive to see Ferrari up on the podium. So first podium of the season, if I'm not mistaken. 4th last week for Boinkies, and a 3rd this week. So if all goes to plan, he can have a 2nd next week. So big stuff.
If all goes to plan, it could maybe be a win.
Yeah, there we go. Let me just take you through the standings. It's Bob winning here in Hungary, round 4 in the FTR Premier Division, followed by Nick and Boinkies. Then a good recovery from Josh, was last at a stage. Josh, then Royal Viking. Good to a Levy, Zadi, Imi, and Panda. Shane did not finish the race, wasn't part of the session. Big smash up, Smirch Django, Yaku, Dean Fergie, and Tormund Kills. And then earlier in the race, we had Super D and Cyber, and then the odd one for disqualifications for Diki and for Arna. Right, so that's it from me and Hanku. You can catch us again next week as we head off to Spa. Next week will be a long night for us. It will be a sprint race as well. But yeah, if you like what you see, please subscribe to the channel. If you are a new driver, subscribe to YouTube. It's always nice to have a load of subscribers. And you can join us tomorrow night as with Division 2 has their turn in Hungary. Hanku, thank you very much for your comments tonight.
Not a problem, and a very good night to everyone else out there.
Yeah, have a good load shedding.
Yeah.
And thanks everyone for watching, and we'll catch you again next week. Have a great
Cool.
evening. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.